Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Cam, and welcome to my review for Joker. This movie was directed by Todd Phillips, the man behind War Dogs and the Hangover trilogy, and it is based on the character created by DC Comics. It tells the story of Arthur Fleck, played by Joaquin Phoenix, a man who has suffered multiple tragedies in his life, and at his lowest moment, he transforms into the man who laughs, the clown prince of crime himself, the Joker. This movie got a lot of early buzz from festivals, including the Venice Film Festival, where it won the top prize. And the Venice Film Festival doesn't give a damn about superhero movies, or many mainstream movies when you think about it. But then when it got to American shores, things started to get a little ugly. And now a bunch of critics have written reviews saying that the movie weaponizes white nationalists and that it's going to influence white men to become violent. It's going to raise gun rates and promote gun violence and other forms of terrorism. Oh, and it's also going to bring about the four horsemen of the apocalypse, and we're all going to be living in the world of The Walking Dead by 2025. Okay, that last one might not happen, but it's gone through a lot of controversy. Even today, when I was doing research for this review, I found even more reviews saying that it weaponizes Trump supporters and it appeals to them. One even turns people into nihilists, and because of making Gotham City look like a dirty, lived-in place, it's just going to make people want to go kill themselves. I'm not kidding. That's in a review that I read. But as usual, I go into every movie I see and try to gain my perspective from it. I read these reviews to see what other people think, but at the end of the day, it all lies with me in terms of this channel. Everything on this channel is my opinion. A lot of people liked Ad Astra, and I thought that movie was about as exciting as Cold Toast. But I do respect the fact that people really dug that movie. I also respect the fact that there are a lot of critics that didn't like this movie. And while they are addressing very real problems, I do not believe that this movie is going to add to those problems. The Joker is a psychopath. He was created as a psychopath. He has always been written as a psychopath, and to my knowledge and until the end of time, he will always be written as a psychopath. And whenever somebody makes a movie involving the Joker or any other character that's off their rocker, that kind of opens the door for people to be like, hey, I can do that. That's how artistic expression has always worked, from like the beginning of time till now. And from where I sit, that's how it's always going to be. Will this movie inspire acts of terror? Maybe. I don't know. I can't see the future. All I do know is that all movies are subjective. In the words of Lex Luthor from Superman, a man can read War and Peace and think it's a simple adventure story. But another man could read the ingredients off a chewing gum wrapper and unlock the secrets of the universe. It really is up to the person who watches it. Just the fact that people are stressing this much and putting this much discourse into a comic book movie is a bit of a double-edged sword to me. On the one hand, I love it. As someone who has always read and respected comics as an art form and as a work of literature, I love this. But at the same time, a lot of this is just kind of making a mountain out of a molehill. But at the end of the day, Joker is still a movie. That's all it will be, just a movie. And as a movie, I think Joker is one of the best of the year. I shall now descend from my soapbox after that unnecessarily long rant and actually talk about the movie itself. Let's talk about Joaquin Phoenix. The dude crushes it in every movie that he is in. He is in this movie about 99% of the time, and he absolutely knocks it out of the ballpark. When you see him at the start of the movie, he looks borderline sickly. You know, he's deathly pale, like he's skinny as a rail, and he has that laugh, which I was like, how are they going to tackle that? But in a very creative way, they made the laugh almost like, harmful to his health. Every time this guy laughed, it felt like it injured me, like, personally. This is very much the Joaquin Phoenix show. The rest of the characters are just there to aid him along the inevitable path, if you will. Zazie Beetz is in the movie. She's very good, but she only has, like, I think 5 scenes in the whole movie. That goes double for Robert De Niro, who is very good in the movie, but I think only has 3 scenes in total. I could be wrong about those numbers, but this is very much the Joaquin Phoenix show, and the rest of the cast makes up about less than 1% of the rest of the movie. The cinematography also was excellent. It made Gotham look like this dirty crap hole town that nobody would want to live in or visit, at least not electively. And there's also the script. The script in this movie is excellent. There is a twist in this movie about 3/4 of the way through where it literally made me almost fall out of the chair out of just pure shock. In the end, Joker is amazing. It is in my top 5 movies of the year. Where it sits on my list, I don't know. I haven't sat down to think about that yet. But at the end of the day, I think people will remember this movie for years to come. There were people in the theater when this movie wrapped up. It was like nobody moved. Everyone was just sitting there like... Nobody knew what to think of it. And I think that's what makes this movie work. It forces you to look within and ask very hard questions. That's honestly what I wanted, and that's what this movie provided. But that is all for me, guys. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. Stay tuned for more fun reviews when I'll be continuing The First Encounter with my reviews for John Carpenter's The Thing, Bram Stoker's Dracula, and The Blair Witch Project. My name is Ryan Cam, and I'll see you in the next one.